Assalamu alaikum students. Today we will start our new chapter, that is chapter 3, and the name of the chapter is diversity in living thing and their classification. In this chapter we will learn about various types of living things. Students, today I am gonna teach you live due to phone issue, so please cooperate, and your test will be taken on Saturday and maybe on Sunday, so it will be of 20 marks, so be prepared for it. Okay student, then start our new chapter, that is diversity in living things and classification. So what here is the first point, that is diversity in plants. Various types of plants are found in many places around us. We have seen many plants around us like grass, है ना. Grass, we can see grass is very short. Some plants are very tall and some plants are of medium size. Okay, some plants grow in underwater while some float on the water. Okay, some plants live in desert. So these are the various types of the plants. Like you have seen various types of rice and wheat. Likewise there are different types of roses and different types of fruits, many other things. Likewise there are different types of plants. Some plants are without root, some plants are without stem, some plants are without fruit, or maybe some plants are without flowers. So there are many such plants we can see in the atmosphere around ourselves. Okay, so usually plant make their own food with the help of sunlight, and the process is called photosynthesis. Such plants are called autotrophic plants, and the name are hibiscus, pomegranate, periwinkle, etc. But some plants like fungus, dodder, they don't make their own food because they depend on another plant. They are considered as half plant, as they do not make their own food, they depend on another plant. Okay, so they are heterotrophic in nature. And some plants catch insect for their food, they consume insect for their food, hence such plants are called as insectivorous. Now structure of the plant. In this orange box you can see plant structure can generally be divided into two parts. Obviously plant structure is divided into two parts. First part is stem, which grows above the ground, and the second part is root, which grow below the ground. And what are the main parts of the plant? The flower, that is the most attractive plant of the flower, and that is attached to the stem. You can see its attachment with the stems. Now second part is the stem. The height and shape, size of the stem varies depending upon the type of the plant. Now what is the function of the stem? Stem conduct food and water to up to the fruit or flower, up to the various part. Okay. Now what is the third part? That is the leaf. Leaf is a flat part. Okay, now what is the important role of the leaf? Leaves plays an important role of production of food. Okay, leaves, here it is mentioned that leaves are of two types, that is simple and compound leaf. Two diagrams are given here, that is simple leaf hibiscus and compound leaf, that is of rose. Now the last part of the plant is the fruit. Fruits have different shape. Fruit contain one or more seed. The pods of beans and peas are actually fruit. Now last part is the root. Root hold the soil firmly and anchor the plant. What is the root? Root is the main part of the plant that holds the complete plant from the soil. It anchors the plant. Okay, the main function of root is absorb nutrients from the soil. There are two types of the root. One is tap root and another one is fibrous root. Tap root is of hibiscus and banyan plant, while fibrous root is of onion and grass plant. Now next point is classification of the plants. So what are plants classified according to their shape, height, etc., and the habitat they are living in. Okay, so Here is the diagram, that is 3.3 diversity in plants. Question number 1 is, what are the similarities between a mango, a banyan and a tamarind tree? Here it is explained by means of asking question to you. Okay, so what is the answer of that question? Trees. Some plants grow tall. What are trees? Trees grow tall. Okay, their stem trunk is so hard. Their stem and the trunk is so hard. They are widely scattered above the ground. They bear flowers or fruit, and they are perennial in nature, means they live for many years. Now second question is, what are the similarities between the hibiscus and lantana plants? Answer is shrubs. Some plants grow close to the ground. Some plants, you can see some plants, they grow very close to the ground. They are too short heighted and they give out branches very close to the ground. Okay, but they have thick and hard stem. They have thick and hard stem. The oleander, hibiscus, lantana and rose are shrubs. Hence the lantana and oleander, hibiscus is of shrub is shrub that may grow up to 2 or 3 meters. So shrubs usually grow up to 2 or 3 meters. Now what is the third question? What are the similarities between the fenugreek and periwinkle plant? फेन्यूग्रीक और पेरीविंकल प्लांट के बीच की क्या सिमिलैरिटीज़ है? तो हब्स, what is our point here? Hub grow 1 to 1.5 meter tall. Hub can grow only 1 to 1.5 meter tall. Okay, they are green and they are quite flexible as compared to those and bushes. Trees or bushes के मुकाबले में they are quite flexible in nature, means they have flexibility, they have elasticity in their stems. Okay, herb may live for few months or up to 2 years. Herb can survive only for few months or 2 years. Now look at that orange box. According to the size and height of their stems, plant can be classified into 3 types, that is trees, shrubs and herbs. We have already seen. Now what is the next type? Vines. Vines are mainly creepers, and they are also called as climbers, means they need support for their growth, hence they take support for growing. So you have seen vines of grapes, pumpkin, etc. That is the example of vines. Now the last question is, for how many years do crops like bajra, wheat, corn, radish, marigold live? Okay, here it is asking the survival time, the particular period of surviving, like of crops like bajra, wheat, corn, radish, etc. The life cycle of plants like jawar, sunflower is completed in 1 year. जवार और सनफ्लावर की लाइफ साइकिल जो है वो 1 ईयर में कंप्लीट हो जाएंगी, एंड जिनकी लाइफ साइकिल 1 साल में कंप्लीट होंगी वो प्लांट्स को हम एनुअल्स बोलेंगे, और जिनकी लाइफ साइकिल 2 ईयर्स में कंप्लीट होंगी उनको हम बाइनियल्स बोलेंगे, और जिनकी लाइफ साइकिल ईयर्स टू ईयर्स, सेवरल ईयर्स तक चलती रहेंगी, कंटिन्यू रहेंगी, उनको हम पेरिनियल्स बोलेंगे. अकॉर्डिंग टू पीरियड ऑफ लाइफ साइकिल, प्लांट्स आर क्लासिफाइड एज एनुअल्स, बाइनियल्स एंड पेरिनियल्स. Okay, so look at the first paragraph. Plants that bear flowers are called flowering plants. Obviously flowering plants bear flower, while non-flowering plants do not bear flower. Now there is a homework for you. You have to solve that green box, okay, and that purple box you have to read it and overlook it. Now come to the next point. Can you tell? Number second. Come to the second paragraph. We see different plants growing in different places around us. We can see many different plants are growing around us. Okay, so they are classified according to their habitat, as we studied earlier. Plants can be classified according to their habitat. Habitat means their place where they are living, where they can survive, like land, water, marshy place or desert area, etc. Now that green box you have to solve it. what is that green box? Why does the water hyacinth float on water? Water hyacinth is the name of a plant. You have to tell why it is float on water. Now second is, what is the stem of cactus? Why is the stem of cactus is fleshy? Cactus is a plant, it look 3.5 figure. There is the plant cactus, you can see there cactus plant. Okay, so cactus plant can grow in desert area. So why it is grown in desert area, and why its stems are fleshy in nature? You have to answer it. Okay, what different criteria are used to classify plants? We have studied it. नाउ क्या कौन से क्राइटेरिया के बेसिस पे प्लांट्स क्लासीफाई होंगे? तो स्टूडेंट, in this way we have completed classification of plants here. Now in the second video I will going to teach you diversity and classification in animals. So I hope you understood all my points, you get all my points clearly. So thanks for watching, and Allah Hafiz.